I think Toy Story secretly shows Woody as the villain. Not evil, not mustache twirling, but strategically suspicious. And I know, that sounds insane. Woody? The cowboy? There's a snake in my boot guy? Yeah, I think he isn't protecting the toys. I think he is protecting his position. And I'm going to prove it using 5 on-screen patterns across the franchise. Leadership.
You guys think this is a big joke?
Sabotage.
Count the troops. Will you all calm down? Yes, we promise!
Emotional framing. Dependency. And the exit. By the end, I think you'll either agree with me or you'll be typing a 400-word paragraph defending a plastic cowboy. Either way, I win. Let's start small. In the first Toy Story, Woody runs the meetings. Not casually, not randomly. He assigns positions. He gives updates. He interprets Andy's feelings. Everything flows through him first. Now pause. I think that's not just leadership. That's gatekeeping. Every time the toys panic about birthdays or new gifts, Woody says the same line.
So did I tell you? Huh? Nothing to worry about.
And I think that sentence isn't comfort, it's control. Because whoever controls hope, controls behavior. And this gets way more obvious when Buzz arrives. When Buzz Lightyear shows up, he doesn't attack Woody, he just exists. And the room gravitates toward him. He's new, he's confident, he glows, literally. And suddenly, Woody's tone changes. He becomes sarcastic.
That wasn't flying. That was falling with style.
Dismissive. Petty. Now, you could say, that's just jealousy. Sure, but I think it's something else. Woody doesn't debate Buzz publicly. He isolates him privately. He mocks his delusion. He reframes him as unstable. It's not emotional chaos. That's narrative framing. And then we get the accidental window incident, the push. Now, I'm not saying Woody twirled his hat and said, perfect plan, but I am saying the rival disappears, temporarily exiled, and Woody immediately attempts to restore order. And if this was just insecurity, why does the same pattern repeat in every film? Here's something I think most people miss. Woody constantly uses Andy as rhetorical leverage. If someone disagrees with him, what does he say?
This is Andy we're talking about.
Notice something. No other toy weaponizes Andy's name like that. Woody becomes the interpreter of Andy's will, which means he decides what Andy would want. And that's power. Not loud power, soft power. I think Woody equates obedience with loyalty and dissent with betrayal. And that's not villain energy. That's CEO energy. And wait until we get to Toy Story 2 because that's where it gets subtle. In Toy Story 2, we meet Jessie. Jessie isn't impressed by Woody's authority. She has trauma, she has abandonment issues, she has emotional depth, and she doesn't orbit Woody. That's dangerous to a hierarchy. Now, I'm not saying Woody manipulates her maliciously, but I think he persuades her back into alignment. Not by fixing her trauma, but by reattaching her identity to belonging inside the group. Different movie, same tactic. Reclaim stability, recenter leadership. And if you think I'm stretching, Toy Story 3 makes this way harder to ignore. In Toy Story 3, the toys face the reality of Andy growing up. Who reassures everyone? Woody. Who insists things will work out? Woody. But here's the issue I see. He already knows Andy is leaving for college. He knows the end is coming. And yet he downplays it. Why? I think because fear destabilizes structure. If everyone panics, leadership dissolves. So Woody reframes abandonment as temporary. He stabilizes the emotional temperature of the room. And I know this sounds dramatic, but watch the landfill scene again. While others react emotionally, Woody becomes composed, strategic. He positions himself as the anchor. Now that looks heroic, but I think it also reinforces dependency. The scarier the world becomes, the more necessary Woody appears. And then we meet someone who mirrors him almost perfectly. In Toy Story 3, we meet Lotso. Lotso runs Sunnyside through emotional scarcity. He convinces toys they need him. He frames himself as protector. He controls perception of safety. Sound familiar? The difference is tone. Lotso uses fear openly.
We were thrown out together, me and him.
Woody uses nostalgia.
This is Andy we're talking about.
Lotso says, "You're safe with me." Woody says, "Andy needs us." Different delivery, Similar architecture. Both create environments where leaving feels dangerous. Now, before you throw something at the screen, I'm not saying Woody is a pink dictator. I'm saying I see structural parallels. And this leads to the final proof, the exit. In Toy Story 4, Woody chooses to leave. And emotionally, it feels beautiful. But mechanically? No vote, no debate, no resistance. Everyone just accepts it. Why? I think because for 4 films, Woody has conditioned the group to equate his decisions with survival. His judgment equals safety. So when he leaves, they don't challenge it. He built the system, then he stepped out once it could function without him. And that's not villainous. That's strategic legacy management. Every new toy represents the future. Every growing child represents expiration. Woody isn't fighting villains, he's fighting irrelevance. And instead of adapting to shared leadership, he centralizes it. Now, does that make him evil? No. But I do think it complicates the perfect hero image. And I think that's why this theory feels uncomfortable. Because we grew up with him. Nostalgia protects him. And here's the question that decides everything. If Woody truly trusted the group, why does almost every major decision flow through him? If Woody believed in decentralization, why does he consistently override others? If Woody values equality, why is leadership never redistributed? I think Woody doesn't trap the toys physically. I think he traps them emotionally. And that's way more interesting. So now I want to know, do you think I'm overanalyzing a children's movie? Or do you see the pattern too? Defend Woody in the comments, or expose him further. Best argument gets pinned. And next, I think I'm breaking down how Buzz was positioned as a threat from the very first scene. With timestamps I don't think most people notice. Thanks for watching.